Maybe I won't put this up. I don't know. Finished my live stream for the day. I don't normally do a second video or anything after that. If you watch the channel a lot, you know that I struggle with depression and anxiety, particularly social anxiety. And you know that after suffering for about 10 years and struggling and getting by and so on, I finally applied for the government assistance, ESA and PIP, last year, starting the process in August. It took almost a year to get the ESA approved via various appeals and second assessment and all kinds of stuff like that. PIP, personal incapacity or personal independence payment, something like that. That one still hasn't come through. It went to tribunal. They had me send in some additional information in May. That got sent on to what used to be ATOS. They've renamed themselves because that name is blighted with poor PR, and they've been sat on that since June without giving me any updates as to what's going on. So I phoned a couple of times in the intervening months asking what's going on. Today I finally found out that what ATOS that was has my information, and they've basically done nothing with it so far. But they need me to go in for a third assessment. I don't know why. I would have thought 2 was enough, and the doctor's information and everything else. And the assessments are hugely stressful and demeaning. So I'll have to travel to Salisbury. I don't get on with travel. I have to make sure I can take someone with me because I get like that nervous, especially on something like this. I have to be assessed again, probably again by another youth training scheme volunteer, a jumped up little prick with no life experience, going through and ticking boxes, and mental health doesn't fit the boxes that they have for PIP. But it's the process that people with mental health issues have to go through. And I know plenty of people out there who've watched my videos about this whole process and everything get some strength and support and comment positively when I do videos on this stuff. I'm not feeling particularly hopeful this time. The additional money would be a really big help. The money from the employment support allowance has been a really big help. The stress that comes with it as well. You feel like you're a skyver or a scrounger or whatever. There's a lot of societal pressure on you to do better, and I intend to spend any money I get on the things that should help me get out of this hole to the point where I don't need it. But there's still a lot of judgment. Yeah, and it gives fuel to trolls who like to give me shit for one reason or another. It's just such a humiliating process to go through, and you're allowed no pride, no privacy. You have to explain in detail exactly how bad you are on your worst days, and you have to hope that this box ticker, fresh out of working on a helpline for a catalogue company or something, is going to tick the right boxes and say the right things for you to get the assistance that you're owed. The meds I'm on now are pretty good. They keep me on an even keel, but they also make me a bit blank and distant and unemotional. Doesn't make the depression go away exactly, it just makes it manageable. You can describe depression like the black dog that's following you, but on this medication it's more like crossing a frozen lake. And the depression isn't a black dog, but it's a black kraken underneath the water, following you along, waiting for you to fall through a crack or something. The surface seems pretty solid, but you're aware that all of this is there just beneath the surface. That's difficult. I can't work half as much as I wish I could, want to. I've got all these projects and things that I want to do, and it's hard for me to farm stuff out to people, even when I can, because I'm a control freak over my own output. And people say they're jealous of the amount of content and stuff that I put out, but things like short daily blog posts or daily videos, that's easy. I just have to look at the world and react, or there's months of themes for your blog out there that people put out, especially in the gaming community. That's relatively easy. I can dash that stuff off pretty quick. But it's the sustained effort and concentration to produce something that's difficult, something worthwhile, something substantial, I just passed 1,000 videos on this channel, and yet growth is incredibly slow here. And I still don't know what's going on with my original Twitter handle. Twitter's remarkably silent on the whole thing. It will have been over a year since I first applied, before I get this money, if I get this money. Every single day is difficult. Every single day is a struggle. Social anxiety cuts me off from people even more than my geography and so on does. Even though I open up channels on the internet to talk to people, still often that's too much. So I'll go to this third assessment at the end of the month. Poked and prodded and humiliated, made to feel like a piece of crap. And then I still won't know for another 3 months perhaps whether I'm going to get any further assistance. And meanwhile I can't work as much as I'd like to. Things that I enjoy aren't as enjoyable, and the only way I can function at all is to be on this medication that makes me flat. It all feels too much at the moment. I can't do anything that makes me feel better or accomplished or just existing, and that's not enough. It's not enough.